Today we are having a look at the new Pro X pedals by SimSonn. Now, out of the box, these here are by far the worst, yes, I said the worst pedals I have ever tested, and I've tested a lot of pedals. However, making two adjustments to this brake, and honestly, it's magnifique, wunderbar. Wow, we are got a good set of pedals.
These SimSonn pedals are Come on, 2 more laps.
To give a big thank you to SimSonn for sending these Pro X pedals my way so that I can make a review for you. Now, yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of LED strips on these pedals. I've never ever seen so many LED strips on a single set of pedals. And yeah, they come with all these little effects and stuff that we're going to look at later. But how much are these pedals going to set you back? For the brake and the throttle alone, you're going to pay about $230. If you want the whole ensemble, you want the heel plate, and you want the clutch, and you want all the dampers, the max you're going to be paying for these are roughly $360. That's for the entire set. Now, do go and check out the link below, because trust me, on AliExpress especially, pedals like these, they go on sale 6, 7, 8 times during the course of a year. In fact, the last set of pedals I bought off AliExpress, I bought on a back to school sale. I bought myself the SimJack pedals, which I will review at a later stage. But yeah, these here, go and have a look below and you'll see the most up-to-date prices. However, those are the current prices for this Pro X model. I say it in all my reviews, what I think is sha-na-na-na-na, and looks absolutely phenomenal. You might not like. Looks are obviously subjective. These pedals here, in my opinion, I think they look fantastic. Probably one of, I'd say definitely in the top 3 of the best looking pedals I have fitted to my rig. Now, I do love a black set of pedals. It fits in really well with my black rig, of course. I myself would not have been that impressed if this pedal set was made out of silver, but each to their own, of course. These lighting effects here, I think, just adds to the whole ensemble. It looks phenomenal. Even when I switch off my computer and nothing's running, I switch off the lights, these LEDs are still running on the rig, and it just looks, your eyes are drawn to them. I like it with a shocking yellow. I'll show you here. I think the black and the shocking yellow color just looks it looks fantastic. But of course, if you've got a black and red theme going, or you want a bit of blue like this, you can pick whatever color you want. And yeah, it just changes the aesthetics, obviously, of the pedals. Other than that, the pedal faces is made out of this nice matte, it's like a powder coated finish on here, and I really like it. I wish the whole pedal set was made out of this matte black. You can see here this faceplate, and also the sides and the whole construction of the pedal is made out of this glossy black. Now, it doesn't look bad, it really is nice, and it actually reflects quite a bit of light, so I think it might be nice with a with LED strips. It probably helps rather than the matte black, but I would have loved it. I've got these pedals which I'm busy reviewing at the minute, and they are very promising, but this whole pedal set is made out of that matte black, and yeah, I just think it looks so much cleaner. But still, like I said, I would say this is probably in the top 3 of the best looking pedals I've ever had on my rig. They look phenomenal. On the back, I've got these HBR shakers by SimMagic. Now, over here, SimSonn does give you this box, and in the back of a box there are slots for their own shakers, but as of yet they are not on the market. I don't know when they are coming, or even if they are coming, but I was using the SimMagic shakers on here, and yeah, I've designed my own little brackets, look there, to fit it on the throttle and on the brake. And I'm going to help you if you want a set like this. Guess what? I made my own Etsy store. Yes, I need to make some moolah somewhere. And yeah, if you want, you can buy a set of these adapters for your SimSonn Pro X pedals by SimSonn. I've also got 1 or 2 other pedal brackets that I've designed and print myself. So yeah, if you want to help me, you know, indirectly by helping yourself, buying yourself a bracket for these shakers. Oh, I'm doing a bad job of selling this, aren't I? But anyway, the links below to my new ETSAY store. Wow, wow, wee, wow, 3D. Yeah, got you. Other than that, listen, I think it's a fantastic looking set of pedals. Well done, SimSonn. I briefly want to discuss build quality. Now, obviously, you're buying this product off AliExpress, and it is coming from
China. You want to buy from China? That's great. Buy from China.
China. China. China. China. China. China. China.
So, build quality might be a concern, but I believe in reviews. If you look at all the reviews, 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars, you know, SimSonn is definitely one of the brands you want to buy from when you are buying from AliExpress. And I'm happy to say that SimSonn is actually giving you a 1-year warranty on this set of pedals, which is fantastic. There's nothing I can really see build quality that is a concern. Do keep in mind, this is a 200-300 set of pedals. You cannot compare them to using Sprints or to the SimLab, you know, P1X pedals. You just can't. They're in different brackets, okay, build quality-wise. However, for this price point, I think it's going to be very, very hard for you to find a better, you know, built set of pedals. I really do. Everything is made out of thick steel, you know, 3mm thick steel. Everything is tight. There's no lateral movement on any of the pedals. They just assembled very, very well. Now there's 1 or 2 things, like for example, when I want to change the angle of a pedal, these LED strips make it very, very difficult. I don't think it's a build quality design. It's more maybe of a, you know, a design flaw type thing, but yeah, it is quite difficult to change the angle of the pedal with the light strips here on the side. They do get in the way, but it's something you're only going to do once, so it might be a headache for, you know, 2-3 minutes while you're trying to set up your pedals, but once they set up, it's not something you're going to be adjusting again anyway. Other than that, I mean, SimSonn, they do really listen to us, the sim community, and they watch my reviews. I mean, obviously they watch mine because they sent these pedals my way, but they do listen. One of my major concerns, the last pedal set I got from SimSonn, was just the elastomers. Was a fantastic set of pedals. Now they've got a version of those pedals that they are still selling, and I've made a review of that video. I will link it at the end of this video. A fantastic set of pedals if you're not into all the LEDs, that is. And they now offer a version which costs, I think, like $10-12 more, but they give you these elastomers which are significantly better than the ones that were given to me in that kit there. So yeah, they do listen to reviews and they do address problems, and every single set of pedals they bring out, they make improvements to. So it is very, very nice to see. There's nothing I can see here that you know, I think quality wise is going to be a concern. Like I said, everything is put together very well. Even these ball joints, everything, they just work nice. Let's talk about mounting and some of the adjustments you can actually make to these pedals. Now, if you just opted to buy yourself the pedals and you didn't go for the base plate, you get these long elongated holes here at the bottom. So yeah, you can pretty much mount these on your rig very, very easily, and you'll be able to move them forwards, backwards, side to side. And you know what? I love that. I love pedals that I can space out and make it as comfortable for me as what I want. With, for example, my ASETEK Invictus, let me take them out here. I've showed this before, but look at this set of pedals. I've moved my pedal faces as far apart as I can, but because of this base plate and the way these pedals are, I can't move these further apart even if I want to. And if I perhaps wanted my brake here and my throttle here, I can't do that with these pedals. So I love pedals that you know, that come loose like these. And yeah, you can basically pick exactly where you want it set up on your rig. You can also mount these pedals obviously to your pedal tray, and yeah, this pedal tray here is solid. I have used some other pedal trays that I got off AliExpress, and they had a noticeable amount of flex. I'll put a little clip up over here. Whereas this here, I've had no noticeable flex even when pushing quite hard on this brake pedal, which is fantastic. One thing to take note of that makes it a little bit difficult to mount on your rig is, as you can see here with the screws and the bolts here at the bottom, if you mount all your pedals, so you're mounting 3 pedals, there'll be 4 sets, so 3 sets of 4 screws over here sticking out, protruding out of this over here. So it makes this pedal plate not flat underneath, and yeah, it's a little bit annoying mounting this onto your rig. So what I done is I actually positioned the screws at the bottom to try and get the ridges inside my aluminium profile, so that way it is as flat and tight to the rig as possible. Other than that, what other adjustments can you make to these pedals? So you can adjust the pedal faces. As you can see here, I lowered the pedal face here for the clutch. You can only have these 2 positions. It's not, you can't pick any in between. You know, there's a small hole here in the back, and basically you can pick between these 2 positions. I think the majority of you watching would just leave it at this position over here, unless you maybe got size 6 feet or you're buying this for a teenager or something. I doubt you'll even make this adjustment. And then on all 3 pedals you can adjust the travel by just moving this bar over here, and it's very nice. There is a nice piece of rubber on it, so it's not metal on metal, when especially with the throttle. When you are getting to your max travel, it doesn't make that much noise. So yeah, again, I'm going to use my Invictus. On the Invicta, you'll see here that there is metal on metal, and listen, that is the sound these pedals make whenever you're using your throttle and you are, you know, and of course you're hitting the throttle. It's very, very noisy. That having that rubber around there actually makes these very, very nice and soft to use. It wouldn't annoy anybody that is, you know, I would say in your close proximity anyway. They are quite nice and soft. So this is me using this. I mean, this is a difference. You can tell it's a stark difference between the 2 of them. So yeah, it's very nice that you can adjust the travel. I'll show you here a clip of this throttle at its lowest setting and at its highest setting, the difference in travel. Other than that, you can just adjust your preloads, you know, how stiff you want them, and then you can move these arms up and down. Now normally the down position, you make it you know, a weaker pedal. If you adjust this at the top, you're making it stiffer for yourself. You can do this on the clutch and on the throttle. However, on the brake, the way you would adjust that is by this damper on the back. And yeah, like I said, this damper on the back goes from I think from 0 all the way to 9, and yeah, the first from 3 onwards, in my opinion, is unusable, and yeah, I can't really see the purpose of this this whole thing over here. I think they probably could have given it a skip, and if they just put one of these gas dampers on there, I think it would have been sufficient enough for myself anyway. The only other adjustment you can make is you can move these pedal faces. There's 3 slots here, so you can, you know, just adjust the angle for yourself. This here is a little bit hard work. These LED strips over here get in the way, so you can't just move this up and down. You first have to undo this whole plate at the bottom, then adjust this arms, then you know, attach this plate again, make sure the LED strips are in the right place, and then you have to tighten these screws here on the side. It is a little bit of work. It's not as easy as what I found on other pedals, but it's one of them adjustments you're probably only going to make them once, and then, you know, you're going to sit and forget them. Pedals were the worst, and they were the worst pedals I've ever had out of the box. Listen, they just quite simply were not set up properly. The load cell, first of all, did not make any contact where it was supposed to make contact, and yeah, it doesn't matter how hard I pushed down in the calibration process, I could only get to about 40-50 kilograms of force. And yeah, you should be able to apply at least 100 kilograms of force on these pedals, and the load cell should have no problem picking it up, but it didn't. And then the second issue was the spring over here is so long that I was pushing down, and by the time I was hitting the elastomers started elasting, whatever they do, you know, compressing. I was already at 80% brake pressure in the simulator, and this is after me calibrating them and doing my very best to get just the perfect setup, and for the life of me I could not figure out why. So, two things I had to do. First off, I took out this spring over here. And I'll show you here the difference in the travel. You know, this is it makes a huge difference in the actual pedal feel. So I took this spring out and I wanted to replace it with something a bit better. And then I seen, oh, none of my springs actually fit in here. So I put this one back. And what I noticed is when you are doing your preload, this, because of a design, you have to unscrew this and then you tighten this and then you have to unscrew it again and tighten it. So I got the spring from about that size all the way down to about that size, which is the way I think it should be, and it's just right. Now the biggest thing is over here. You'll see there is like I'll show you a close-up. There's a little ball. Looks like a little ball bearing, you know, that makes contact between that plate over there and the load cell. Now that there weren't touching, and basically doesn't matter how hard you push, doesn't matter how soft you push, the maximum, like I said, pressure I could get from this brake was about 40 kilos, which is, it's like driving on, you know, a Logitech pedals, you know, the G923. It's like really, you could not utilize this pedal properly. So what you do is you take an Allen key and then you have to twist this down here a little bit. Once that is done, you go and recalibrate your pedals and you make sure that those 2 points are in constant contact with one another. And then SimSonn, honestly, what a set of pedals. It went from me rating this brake a 1 out of 10 to a fabulous 9 out of 10. I mean, honestly, what a significant difference. Now, I do not know why SimSonn has not configured these pedals better out of the box. I do think a lot of you guys, or a lot of people buying these pedals, are not going to have a pleasant experience. They are not going to know. I've never, in any set of pedals I've ever bought or got sent, I've ever had to make adjustments to the load cell. Those are things, in my opinion, that should just be done by the time you receive the pedals. It's maybe just a little bit of quality control that I think SimSonn can improve on. Yeah, maybe, like I said, they do watch my reviews, so hopefully by the time you get your set of Pro X pedals, this is something that is a non-issue. I just brought this pedal out here to show you. It is a different design. You can see there's the load cell running here. These are the SimSonn Pro pedals. And yeah, so over here it makes contact with that plate over there, whereas here you can see this load cell is just flat. So it's very, very important when you get yours, make sure that is safe. There should not be a gap between that. That obviously is where the inaccuracy came when I was testing these pedals. But enough about that. That is, I think, something they should address quite quickly, because yeah, a lot of people are not going to know to make these adjustments and they're just going to think the pedals are when actually they are. Let's talk about the throttle first. This nice big faceplate here is nice. It makes it a very, very comfortable pedal to use. I found this very, very smooth. You know, it's actually buttery smooth, which is very, very nice. Out of a box, the travel for myself was far too long, very quickly to adjust, as I've showed you. And yeah, I actually prefer just here on the shortest configuration. Out of a box, very, very stiff pedal. I mean, ridiculously stiff. I immediately took this and I moved that down to make the pedal feel that little bit lighter. It would have been nice to probably have a lighter spring included in the box, but there's not. But yeah, I could also lower this damper if I want to make the throttle even a little bit nicer, but the way it is set up over here at this moment, that's the way I like it, and I found it to be very, very nice. I mean, a throttle is something that is very hard to mess up, but yeah, comfortable to use. I don't have any problems whatsoever when it comes to the throttle. Okay, so just very briefly on the pedals, we're going to start here with the throttle, and as you can see by my input here on the screen right over here, yeah, you can be quite accurate with it, you know what I mean? It's not very jaggedy, it is very nice and smooth. Is it the smoothest throttle pedal I've ever used? No, probably not the smoothest, but yeah, I mean, as you can see there, it is no problemo whatsoever. let's talk about the clutch. Admittedly, I do not use a clutch very often. In fact, it's very seldom that I use a foot clutch, but I did use it for about half an hour to test it out, and yeah, I mean, it feels like a clutch. Whenever I push down on it and this spring gives way and it goes up like that, it kind of simulates a bit of a bite point. You know, it does not feel identical to like what I would know in my cars a clutch feels like, but I do get what they are going for. You know, you get this section where the pedal just gives way and it feels kind of like a bite point. I do think they've improved on that feeling compared to the SimSonn Pro pedals I've had, and yeah, even though they look identical, maybe they just set up a bit differently out of a box, but yeah, they feel a little bit better than what I remember the clutch on the Pro feels like. There's nothing more to discuss about this clutch. It works exactly as it should. So yeah, good job. Let's talk about the brake pedal. Now, as you know, it started a bit rocky, but once it's set up, I mean, oh, what a fantastic pedal this is. You'll see now in a second when I show you my brake test. I could literally push down on this pedal and bring my brake pressure all the way to, from 100 all the way down to 1, and I can hold it at 1. And that is what you want. You want a brake pedal that is super accurate, so that whatever inputs you make, you know, is translated perfectly in the simulator. Then you can't blame anything on your brake pedal, and whatever happens in the race or in your practice session is only due to your own abilities or inabilities, you know. But once your brake is set up properly, you know that every single corner you can apply the same amount of pressure and you can make that corner just absolutely perfectly. Yeah, trail braking, everything can do it super easy once this is set up nicely. I went here with the blue and the green elastomer, so I believe the blue ones are the hardest, followed by the green, and then the red ones are the softest ones. And you can see they give you like this two different sizes. So you get this thick one and then you know, a shorter one, and if you want you can chuck in two thick ones over there if you want. You know, you can mix and match these. Like you can see, I've mixed my colors, and yeah, I found my preference is the blue, the thick blue one, and the shorter green one. That's just how I felt. It was very nice. That leads me on to this damper over here. This is very, very easy to move. I accidentally, while making adjustments to the rear of, you know, my rig, moved this without knowing, and it was set to 8. And I mean, wow, honestly, the pedal is unusable. This goes all the way up to, I think, 9, and yeah, anything above a 2, I would say, is unusable on this brake. What happens is you start pushing down, and it, yeah, all it does, it adds a lot of pressure for you, but it's very slow. Maybe if you have problems trail braking, this could possibly be helpful to you, because once you let go of a pedal, it also releases a lot slower. It doesn't just go. So if I've got this set to like 4, and I push down on the brake pedal will just go like that, instead of just when I let off the brake. However, that's the same for applying pressure. It's going to take you a lot longer to apply pressure. So yeah, it's kind of a double-edged sword. I think it does add to the feeling of the pedal. Don't get me wrong, it makes the brake feel a little bit better, but I had mine set to about 2, and I think even at 2 it's pushing it. I'd say probably 1.5, just to add that little bit of dampening, that feeling, and you'll be perfecto. Okay, yeah, other than that, you know, setting the preload, make sure your spring is not that long of a travel. I just want that little bit of travel initially, and then I want the elastomers to do the work for me. Other than that, you get this cable here, and this cable sticks into this plate over here, and that gives light. Now, I'm not sure if you probably buy a 2-pedal version, I'm sure this will probably just be coiled up underneath here. But yeah, you can see here, laying this flat, there's like a, you know, the cable is a little bit in the way, but I'm assuming you would just fold this up over here, and that will be nicely tucked away like that. Well, nicely, you know what I mean. There we go. And then yeah, you just get your one other cable here. I have no issues with the brake whatsoever. There's not that many adjustments you can make to these pedals. But yeah, I think there's enough adjustments to cover the vast majority of people that would be interested in this pedals anyway.
As for the brakes, how do you know you've got a fantastic brake and that, you know, you can do some serious driving? It's the fact that when you go up to, let's say, about 90, First off, you want to be able to hold. You can see there, I can quite easily, within a few degrees, I can hold my pedal there, and I can easily relax it. Look at that. And you want to be able to take it down all the way to 1 as I'm relaxing my foot. You just want to be able to take it nice and slow, and look at that. We're going to take it all the way to 1. Let me see if I can stop it right on 1 for you. And then also keep it at 1. So there we go. And I'm all the way to 1. And look, I'm holding it there between 1 and 2. And if I let my foot go now, look at that. That's how you know you've got an accurate brake, and you can do some serious damage. You can't blame these brakes other than yourself, because you know they are doing exactly what you want them to do. So if you're sitting at home, go do this to your pedal. Load up a a telemetry bar like this, push down, and then see how, first off, hold it at 80. Like there, I can quite comfortably hold it at 80. It does bleed off a little bit, but 100% acceptable. And then just go down all the way down, and then get to 1, and you hold it at 1, and then 0. So there, I mean, this brake cannot be any more accurate if you want it to be. The load cell is super accurate after you make the adjustments I have shown you. Let's have a very brief look at the SimSonn software. And yeah, they do their own software now, which is fantastic. So you don't need all this free joy and all this third-party software to make your pedals work. And yeah, it is actually a very nice looking software, as you can see. You get your, they show you all the different 2, 3 pedals, all the versions you can buy. And I mean, whew, look at that. The handbrake does not look too bad either. And then they're doing a sequential with the buttons, that kind of reminds me of the Moser one, but yeah, it looks very, very nice with the LEDs. Anyway, I've not tested them. Let's go to pedals, devices. Pedals is the only thing I've got connected. Yeah, you've got your standard, curves. You can have whatever curve you like, and you can also adjust these, make wild things. I myself just like a nice linear curve. Missionary, baby, missionary. Just easy peasy. To calibrate your pedals can't be any easier. Now, I do suggest if you make any adjustments to your pedal, if you change elastomers, if you change the preload, it is just good practice to come and recalibrate your pedals. That way you know they are as accurate as they can be. And yeah, easy peasy, you hit calibrate. It says here, please do not push down on any pedals, and then hit calibrate. So that's it. So throttle, and then we're going to do the brake and the clutch. Easy peasy, hit finish, and you'll see that's you done calibrating. But you're not done yet. You can see at the moment the throttle is reading at like 1.6, 1.7. It's jumping up and down. So you want to adjust the dead zone. And you're just going to pull this little slider here to about 2, and then you're going to see this here will turn to 0. That means now in the simulator it's 0, and when I start pushing it'll read straight away. It's not going to be reading at 2%, and the brake, you can see this brake is hovering at 2.4, 2.5%, so we need to adjust the dead zone. Otherwise in your simulator your brake will constantly be going 2.5%, and you're going to be wondering, why is all these cars faster than me? That's why. So we're going to adjust this one to 3, and you'll see that'll turn to a nice 0. And then same here with the clutch, and that one we can just turn to 1, easy peasy. Now I also like just to adjust the top just 1 or 2 to make sure that when I push down my pedal as far as it goes, and I'm actually at 100%, and it doesn't read 99. So yeah, there you go. Everything is sorted. You hit save, and that is as easy as it can be. I mean, they can't make this software any easier for you. Let's have a look at the LEDs, and yes, they do need a whole chapter just for themselves. I love an LED, and you know what? It's the first time that I've seen LEDs to this extent on pedals. Do you need them? No, you don't. Is it nice? Yes. I have to say, the breathing effects, everything just like makes everything looks that little bit nicer. I do like it. I want more LEDs on pedals coming out in the future. Our software is very, very easy. Here you can see we've got the heel plate, the clutch, the throttle, and the brake. And yeah, depending on which ones you purchased, if you only bought 2 pedals, then you'll only have the throttle and the brake to adjust. I've got 3 pedals and the heel plate, so I can make adjustments to all of them. We're going to start here with the heel plate. As you can see here, where I'm showing you with my foot, this big strip over here. At the moment, I've got it on breathing. Let's say, for example, I want to change the color to green. It's as easy as that. And then let's say I want to make the breathing a bit faster. I can go fast and I hit save, and you'll see straight away here at the bottom, now it's breathing, and it's breathing a lot faster. Same again, if you just want a single color, let's say we want to make it nice pink color, there you go, save, and now this throttle plate over here will be pink. Going same again, rainbow, and it's the same for every pedal. You can do this. Rainbow is just solid colors, and it just cycles through all the colors, as you can see. Nothing that exciting. Flowing is your normal rainbow flow. Not my thing, but you know, if you want to match your computer maybe or something like that, yeah, you can do so. Follow is quite interesting. Now, yeah, on the heel plate, you have to actually say which pedal you want to, you know, follow, I guess. And here on the throttle, you'll see when I make an input, it actually shows you my input on the pedals, which is quite nice. And here on the heel plate, you can see it does the same as well. And that depends on the color you picked here. So let's go back, change this color to, let's make it green. Hit save. Oh, and let's go follow. There we go. And now you will see when I make this, that'll be green. And when I get to 100% throttle input, yeah, it's at 100%. I personally just like to have the heel plate, you know, a breathing effect. That's my type of thing. And I like to have it red. So I'm going to change that back to red. Oh, in the corner. Come on now. There we go. Red. And I like to just have it at normal speed and save. This is normally how I've got mine set up, and I like it like that. Here, for example, follow. I'm going to show you this all on the throttle pedal, because as you can see my brake input there a little bit. You can't see the clutch. So yeah, this throttle is the best angle I can show you, and so we're just going to change the throttle settings, but it works exactly the same for every pedal. You can obviously sync everything if you just want your whole pedal set to be the same with everything, or you can adjust every single pedal individually, like we're going to do here with the throttle now. Here, color 2, for example, is the solid color that if I change that to green, color number 2 is the color when the pedal is not pushed. So there you can see. Color 1 is the color when you make an input. I actually like the blue, so I'll keep that at blue. But look at this. Now we're going to make this pedal 1 a yellow, a nice shocking yellow. And the contrast between blue and yellow actually looks very, very nice. Now look here. Look at that. You know, easy peasy. Just like that, I changed it. Now, do you need this, you know, maybe streamers, you know, to make the stream a bit more interactive, to see what your pedal inputs are? It's surprisingly accurate. You know, when I'm at 100%, about 10%, it's actually doing a very good job at showing you your pedal input. And I actually like keeping it like that. So yeah, I'm just going to keep it like that. But exactly the same thing available for all the pedals. If I want to make this like that flowing, same flow. If I want a breathing effect, I can go fast, and you know, I can make it very fast if you are so inclined. But yeah, I personally think that's a bit too much. I prefer missionary. Just easy peasy. That's it. Looks quite nice. And then of course you can save it as a single color, and it's just a nice solid color, which doesn't look bad either. And then let's say, for example, I do want to sync my whole pedal. I would pick which pedal to sync. So we're going to take the throttle. I'm going to change this to throttle, and I'm going to say sync. And look at that. It's going to go all, when I hit save, my whole pedal is a solid yellow. Now, yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. The yellow and black actually looks very nice. But yeah, the possibilities is infinite. Very, very nice, SimSonn. It's the first time I've seen pedals this customizable when it comes to lights.
my final thoughts. What do I think about these SimSonn Pro X pedals? Listen here. Whew, I think they are fantastic. If you consider, you can buy this brake and this throttle for $230. Whew. I don't think you're going to get any better pedal for that price. Honestly, I don't. Yes, you can buy some sim jacks and there's other pedals on AliExpress, but that's what it is. It's value for money. Is it as good as a set of pedals like a Using Sprints or similar P1X? No, they cost three times the amount what you would pay for these. However, you're going to get about 98% of the performance of those pedals for a quarter of the price. That is basically what it comes down to. Is the build quality as top notch as on those pedals? No. You can see some of the materials used is not that, high grade quality. But everything here is built solid. It's going to last. This brake, after, like I said, you have to tinker. Now that's another thing. If you don't like tinkering and you don't like setting things up, maybe give these pedals a skip. But yeah, once you set these up and you adjust them and you calibrate this brake, I mean, this brake is braking, and the throttle is absolutely buttery smooth. I do like it. I do think this big damper on the back of a brake, honestly, if it's not there, I personally wouldn't miss it. I think just as normal gas damper would have been sufficient, but it is nice that you can make adjustments just on the fly, I guess, with this knob on the back. Other than that, I think they absolutely look fantastic. They really do. These LEDs, I mean, it's obviously not to everybody's taste, but I'm a sucker for LED. I think it makes everything look a little bit better. Obviously it is in the heel plate here as well, but that's a nice thing. If you don't want a clutch, you don't want a heel plate, you can just buy these on their own. There's so many different, there's like 5-6 different options you can buy these pedals in. Go check the link out down below. That'll give you the most updated prices that's available right now. Like I said, these pedals, they go on sale like 6, 7, 8 times during the course of a year, and I actually think they are on sale at this very moment, here in January. So go and have a look. See, other than that, if you do want to put a SimMagic shaker on the back, you can visit my Wawa 3D store. And I've got a bracket for you. Anyway, I appreciate you watching. Please consider subscribing. It would be very much appreciated. And above all, if you don't mind, give this video a thumbs up. It helps to send it out into the sim racing universe. And as always, guys, I hope your next race, yes, your next one, is a winner. Hallelujah.